Hello, everyone. Welcome to Customer Experience Live Dialogues. As always, today we have a wonderful guest joining with us, Michela Cocco. Michela is an international customer experience manager who strongly believes in CX to break the silos in the organization and drive business growth. In her career, she has led global CX transformation projects in international companies across different industries, such as telecommunications, retail, utility, and food and beverage. Currently, she is in the role of Global Customer Experience and Innovation Manager at Nespresso, responsible for the design and delivery of new value propositions, customer journeys, and experiences that will shape the future of Nespresso globally. Welcome, Michela.
Thank you. I thank you for the introduction, and hello, everybody.
Yeah, it's really nice to have you here with us. So you have done a great deal of work at Nespresso in terms of humanizing the digital customer experience, and you have also successfully transformed a transactional digital experience into a human digital experience. Can you tell us a little bit more about this journey?
Yeah, so as you said, it was a journey for us. So everything that you explain within the question, it's the end result that we achieved. But actually, where we started from before defining, okay, what can we do and what do we need to do was to understand our customers. So especially we were talking about new customers, so people who joined the brand and were living the first year of experience with the brand. And we saw that looking at some KPIs, there was something wrong. So we started from these KPIs and we saw that, okay, there is something wrong in the experience because some of them were not satisfied, some of them were leaving the brand. And so we wanted to understand why. And we just, guess what, went out there and talked to them on top of analyzing, customer feedback and all the data information that we had. And we realized that we were not delivering on their expectations. And one of the main needs that they had at the beginning of their journey with Nespresso was to feel guided in the coffee range understanding, for example, in the services understanding, to have a personalized interaction with the brand, because that's what they expect from a premium brand like Nespresso, who has built their success on customer experience. So this personalization and the need of, feeling guided was one of the main insights that we took and on which we designed then the different initiatives. And then also it was at the time that COVID came. So this thing of being guided and having a personalized experience with the brand, of course, was before COVID was possible and working very well in our boutiques. But online, no, it was missing. So we said, okay, we need to humanize this experience for these online customers because they expect to live the same experience as our customers live in the boutique. And that's how then we came up with this concept of humanizing the digital experience. And we developed what we call the Digital Welcome Hub, which is an interactive, personalized video experience that changes based on the choices that the customers make and on what they click. So they will see a different storytelling based on what they really want to hear, instead of bombing them with videos and on everything, right? So that's how we started. So from consumer insights, long story short.
Certainly, that is very interesting. With the COVID happening, it seems like everything has accelerated in the digital customer experience space. So what do you think are some of the enablers and the latest technologies Nespresso leverage to deliver a superior digital experience to your customers?
Yeah, so in our case, I could mention data-driven personalization. How we do it, for example, with this initiative that I was telling about right now. For example, when the customer clicks on the different videos and interactions that they want to see, based on the choice, we will recommend products accordingly. So, for example, if you say that you want to explore a video about milk recipes, for example, because you drink coffee with milk and you click on that video, below in the product recommendation part, you will see products that are relevant to you, right? So you will not need to get lost within the catalog, within the marketplace in order to find what you need, but you will have it right there, right? So it makes things easier for the customers and also for us in order to get the order. So this is one data-driven personalization in this sense. It's something that I think is very powerful. And then this video shopping experience and storytelling. So adjusting the content based on what the customers really want to see. And what we are exploring even recently, it's also this video shopping experience. So we are putting online customers in touch with our coffee specialists in the boutique, so that they can live a boutique-like experience from the comfort of their home. So this interaction that again humanize even more the experience for our customers. So these are the main enablers that we are leveraging right now.
That is very interesting, the aspect of putting people sitting at home in front of a screen in touch with the baristas at the boutique. I think that is very interesting. Yeah. So speaking with you, I can obviously tell that you're very passionate about customer experience and a very customer-centric person yourself. So fostering a customer-centric culture is obviously one of your passions, and is also absolutely vital to become a successful CX leader. So what are some of the initiatives that you can suggest to organizations to improve their customer experience?
Yeah, I'm glad my passion comes through the screen actually, and it's true. I have this passion. I think if you work in customer experience, of course you need to have a customer-centric mindset, but also something that drives you. For me, it's like I like to do something good for people. So in this case, you try, as a customer experience manager, you try to make people life easier when interacting with the brand. So that's how I can help the society somehow, because I'm not a doctor or working in that field, but at least I have this inclination of kind of bringing value to people somehow, and course to the business. But yeah, it's important that within the organization at all levels and in all functions there is a strong CX mindset. And I've seen organizations that were at the beginning of their CX journey and CX transformation. I've seen organizations that were much more already advanced, but for sure you can have all the enablers that you want, all the capabilities that you want, but if culture is missing, you will not go anywhere. So there are some easy ways that you can foster CX culture. First of all, you can do it by both working on your current employees, but also bringing in people who already have that mindset, right? And who have already worked on CX. And when it comes to the hiring process, for example, I would suggest that you try to find a way to measure the level of CX, of centricity of this person, of customer centricity of this person. So there are so many tests to measure a lot of skills and a lot of soft skills. So I suggest, in the recruiting process, also you apply these in order to understand the level of customer centricity and CX mindsets of the new hires. When it comes to internal employees, unfortunately, back in the days, even when I was at uni, CX was not even mentioned, right? We didn't study CX. So I learned on the field, I learned by doing. And I see now I'm teaching at some business schools, and I see that CX is a key topic, especially in the marketing degrees and curricula. So maybe new employees already heard about it and know something about it. People who have been working for a long time in the company, they have not been exposed to it, so they can also be reluctant to something new. So how to drive the change? First of all, you need to make sure that all your employees get in touch with customers somehow on a regular basis. So maybe in our case, for example, going to the boutiques once a month, once every 2 months, spend one day there, observing customers, talking to the coffee specialist, to the boutique manager, and see, how actually things work. So go out of your office or home, I would say now, and really interact with your customers. And everyone, from finance, everyone needs to go. Second of all, make sure that all the customers' feedback that you collect are somehow cascaded within the organization in an easy and usable way. I'm not saying that every employee should read every customer feedback, but somehow they need to be exposed to the main ones, the main topic, in a usable way. That doesn't mean that they need to receive a 100-slide report of the NPS, So find an engaging way, maybe on the screens, in the coffee areas, play some videos of the customers, so that they get used to listen to them. And of course, everyone in the organization should know at least what Net Promoter Score is and what is the score actually of your company, of your brand. And it should be within the objective, within the performance objective of every employee. So that's another thing. If you put customer-centric metrics such as NPS or customer satisfaction within the objective for the performance evaluation, I'm sure people will start to understand what it is and work towards that objective. So you can do both things, working on a culture through activities like customer immersions and so on, but also putting these numbers somewhere and also measure it. So these are just a couple of examples. We could say many things. I think also an important thing is that the customer is represented in the board. So within the board members or the leadership team, however you call it in your company, you should have someone like customer experience officer or someone that really represents the customer, even if customer experience is in the hands of everyone. But still, we need someone who kind of lead it and who is a customer advocate, I would say, within the company. Then I could go ahead. I could go ahead and give you, 10 items, but I'm conscious of time and I don't want to annoy people listening. But you could do very simple things in order to foster customer-centric culture.
No, every single point you said, I'm like shaking my head here. I'm like absolutely agreeing with everything. Like, the last point that you said, that CX be represented in the boardroom is very important, which is also one of the topics that we usually have discussed with, some of the customer experience experts coming onto our CX Live dialogues last year. And I think this year we are seeing some improvements in that kind of particular case. I think people especially the C-suites are gaining more consciousness of how important customer experience is, and that how customer experience really need the backing of the C-suite, members to be really able to push forward. So I absolutely agree with that. And also what you said about, taking care of your current internal customers who are the employees, but it's also important to bring in the people who have the customer experience mindset, because especially in a customer experience role, you either have it or you don't. Like it is that internal instinct of wanting to help people and wanting to make their lives easier, as you said, is what makes the customer experience successful. So absolutely agree with everything you said. So Michela, last but not least, what do you think are some of the future trends to hit the CX industry in 2022 going forward?
Yeah, so I have two in mind. I guess there are much more, but that's my view and my opinion. The first one is about this conversational experience. Like people, customers, consumers now expect to interact with their brands the same way they interact with their friends. So they expect the conversation to be smooth, maybe on WhatsApp or through a chat, as if they were talking to a friend. The old time, the emails, back in the days, maybe you were writing emails or you were calling the call center. Still people do it, but now they want to have a faster way, like very efficient way to communicate and interact with their brands, because probably they need to make a decision. They need to make a decision whether to buy a product or whether to choose this brand or another one, and they want to do it fast. They don't have time actually to, So I see this speed of interaction coming up. So personalized conversational experience, I think, will take a big space in CX this year. And then coming back to employees, there is this buzzword that has been around for a while, which is the employee experience. So, and it's all connected, because you cannot ask your employees to be super customer-centric if you don't do the same as a company with them. So your employees are kind of like your customers in a way. So you need to look after their experience as well. In order to make them satisfied, to make them loyal, like customers, to make them satisfied and loyal and stay and recommend the brand, in this case, recommend the company to other employees. And this is true at all the different stages of an employee journey. Even if you think about recruitment, as we said, we need to recruit people. In our case, we need to recruit people who have a customer-centric mindset and so on. The job market is active, I would say. A lot of people changing job after the pandemic and so on. So you need to, if you want to get talents, you need to design an amazing recruiting experience for them. Because, for example, if they come to your website or wherever you publish your job posting, and it takes you upload your CV, and then they ask you again to fill in all the information about your career and so on. It takes half an hour. Forget it, people will not apply, so you will lose these talents. So you need to be attractive. So from the recruiting process, but also within the organization. I mean, when you're talking to your current employees, you need to also make their life easier. You need also to improve their experience, especially now that ways of working have changed. We really need to design new experiences for the employees and for everything they need. Or also, very basic example, you need to go on your IT application as an employee to order your new laptop because your laptop is broken, so you need a laptop as soon as possible. You need to make the process move. You need to design that platform the same way you would design your e-commerce marketplace for your customers, right? In order to make sure that your employee can order a new laptop in a few clicks and can have it delivered the next day, so that they don't lose time and they're not frustrated and so on. So try to apply, the same methodologies and mentality to your employees if you want them to, be customer-centric and apply the same methodologies and ways of working in order to deliver a great experience to your customers. So I think there is a tendency to always speak about, okay, let's focus on the customers, but still happy customers. If you want happy customers, you want to have happy employees. Otherwise, it doesn't work. So let's focus also internally and not only externally.
Absolutely, Michela. Very well said. Well, thank you so much for spending time with us today and sharing your valuable insights with us. I hope to see you again very soon. Thank you so much.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure. And yes, I guess we'll see each other soon, hopefully.
Yes. All right. Have a great day.
You too. Bye, everyone.